Securing our schools is a hot topic right now in Indiana, especially in light of last month's school shooting in Uvalde, Texas, that left 19 students and 2 teachers dead.
And Nicole, WRTV Investigates is digging into a safety measure deployed by many schools back in 2019. And we're talking about handheld metal detectors. Our Kara Kenny joins us now with whether schools are still using these and if they actually work.
After the Noblesville school shooting, the state distributed thousands of these handheld metal detectors back in 2019. Years later, schools and experts have mixed opinions on how useful these really are. Heather Hilbert is a mother of 3 children in Westfield, 2 in high school, 1 in elementary school.
I'm saying a prayer as I put them on the bus.
School safety is constantly on Heather's mind, especially in light of the Robb Elementary shooting in Texas.
I know for my 3 kids, this is their biggest fear every day going to school, is that someone will show up with a firearm and they won't know what to do. That they'll panic, that they will, that'll be the last time that they say goodbye to me in the morning. Sorry.
This is something you think about a lot.
I have a 9-year-old that I have to answer questions to.
In an effort to improve school safety, the state distributed more than 3,400 handheld metal detectors to 422 school corporations back in 2019. Total cost, $352,000 in taxpayer money. Westfield has 27 of the wands. The district tells us if there is a specific report of someone having metal contraband, we might deploy a detector as part of our investigation. What's your take on these wands?
Well, I think the wands are really a Band-Aid for a hemorrhaging, crisis. I think the issue that we really need to be talking about is how we prevent guns from getting on a school campus. If a firearm arrives on a school campus, we've already failed students.
WRTV Investigates surveyed more than 36 school districts across central Indiana. Most districts told us they do not use the metal detector wands daily. Most schools use them infrequently for special events like board meetings and after-prom parties, or if they suspect someone has a weapon or a vape on them. Hamilton Southeastern schools received 91 wands, more than any district, but they tell us they're not using them. The district tells us, per our school safety director, metal detectors are not recommended to search for guns without armed backup. Chase Lyday, president of Indiana School Resource Officers Association, agrees.
If you're using a wand to search for weapons, you should be doing that next to a school resource officer or an armed safety personnel so they can assist you if there actually is a weapon present. Wanding someone to discover a weapon and not having the tools to deal with that, if it's used, is a safety issue in itself.
We also asked school security expert Jay Dotson to weigh in. Do these wands actually work?
They work, but if you don't have somebody there all the time, it's really kind of useless because you've set up a situation where if somebody wants to get in, they'll know when you're not going to be wanded. So it's good technology. I'm not against it, but if a business does that, a school does it, they need to be sure that they have somebody there all the time.
Dotson is a former Muncie Police Reserve officer. He owns a company that trains people on active shooter situations and has worked as a subcontractor for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. If I'm an active shooter, what is the likelihood that one of these wands is going to stop me?
Probably not much.
Dotson says the wands can actually create bottlenecking, which isn't ideal.
Then you've got vulnerable people in a large area that they would be vulnerable. So if somebody was trying to hurt the children, the kids in the school, then they could wait for that time and there's several people standing outside.
Put your arms out.
Indianapolis Public Schools is one of few districts that is still using the metal detectors regularly.
Monday through Friday, we have random metal detections. Numbers are drawn for, say, for buses ending in 3. So every bus that ends in 3 will be directed to go through a metal detection, or we may be doing walkers.
IPS School Police Chief Tanya Gwynn says they've found things like lighters and brass knuckles. Has a gun ever been found with one of these?
No, not with a handheld one, no. It's a deterrent that assists in finding things.
IPS says they only use the wands when a police officer is present.
And I think it's a great asset to adding security, people feeling safe, finding things that we didn't intend to find or weren't looking for.
IPS also uses walk-through metal detectors and school police Two things experts told us they recommend for school safety. Mom Heather Hilbert is a gun owner. She's also a volunteer with Moms Demand Action, a nonpartisan group that has a program aimed at safe storage of guns.
We know most of the school shootings that have happened, close to 80% of them have gotten that firearm from their own home unsecured or the home of someone that they know. So I think when we talk about firearms on school grounds, really what we need to be talking about is preventing them from getting there.
You can find out if your child's school district received these wands in this story on the WRTV app or WRTV.com. And if they participated in our survey, we'll have that information as well. Working for you, Kara Kenny, WRTV.
The Greenwood Police Department is asking for your help in solving a deadly hit and run. On June 15th, 23-year-old Andrew Benkert was found dead on State Road 135 just north of Fairview Road. Police are asking for people to be on the lookout for a 2002 to 2008 Chevy Trailblazer that police say is likely missing the right side door mirror. There is also likely damage to the right front headlight, right fender, and bumper. Police hope the person responsible will come forward and talk with them about what happened.
Our belief is that it was an accident that occurred. We're not sure why they didn't report it. We're not sure why they didn't stop to render aid, but we are here to talk to them and to discuss the situation with them and find out.
If you know anything, the Greenwood Police Department asks that you call them with that information. You can also make an anonymous tip on the department's website.